Well, here I am again at the cemetery.
0 feet altitude, 2 feet distance, 8 miles per hour, 100% battery.
I flew this mission yesterday and it basically went flawlessly with one problem. The camera was out of focus the entire time. That's not a good thing, so trying to find a landmark on the horizon to focus on. I'm looking for downtown Albany. Where the heck is it? It might be too far. It's over here. Anyways, try it again. Roma mission.
262 feet altitude.
Starting
1 feet distance. 0 miles per hour. 96% battery.
Got kind of a mild wind. It just picked up. It wasn't windy when I left my house, but out here it's windy. I tried to run this a couple of days ago, but it was too windy to finish. But I increased the speed. And I'm going to do it again. Yeah, it flew perfectly except when I got home and uploaded the video to my computer. It looked like shit. It was just so blurry, and it wasn't like really blurry, but it was blurry enough that watching it was annoying.
98 feet altitude.
Deleted
721 feet distance. 15 miles per hour. 92% battery.
Yeah, in a little while we're supposed to get like some severe weather come in. We're gonna get high winds, like you're talking 65-mile-an-hour gusts tonight. It's gonna be nasty. And I wasn't gonna come out and fly, but I planned on coming out earlier, and I was all set to leave, and my son had to go to work. They called him in, so that didn't happen.
.98 feet altitude. 2,341 feet distance. 21 miles per hour. 87% battery.
I brought up a couple of points too, and I tried to run this mission. Today is Sunday. I think it was Friday. And what I had done was I typed in, I uploaded the wrong mission. It was one that had a similar name, but it was, they both had the name Woods in it, because this one is called Path Through the Woods. And the other one I have was called Hole in the Woods. So I mistakenly loaded the video called Hole in the Woods, which is, the starting point is about 4 miles from here at Curtis Lumber, which is a lumber yard it's got a great big lot you can fly from. So it started on its way, and it's going in the opposite direction where this is supposed to go. And I'm saying to myself, it's not going the right way. What the hell's going on here? And I kind of like
271 feet altitude.
figured out that I had put the wrong mission in.
Distance. 10 miles per hour. 81% battery.
But the problem with the mission is that even it won't return home until the mission's finished if you lose connection. And that would have lost connection in a matter of like 5 minutes. And I probably never would have saw it again if I didn't, realize it was going the wrong way. But stuff like that happens. So I brought it back and I sent it back out, but it was too windy to finish it. So this is just going to go kind of like in a great big circle. I can only hope that the focus is good. Yeah, will ruin your day. Bad focus. It happens usually depending on where your camera's pointed.
277 feet altitude.
When you take off,
4,287 feet
it'll
distance,
autofocus on
26 miles per hour.
whatever's in front of it.
40% battery.
And if it's something that's really close, like say maybe a tree, it'll focus at that point. So anything in the background is going to be blurred out. That's what happened. So instead of just taking off, from the ground and launching the mission, I had to get up and, find a focal point on the horizon. Well, I can only hope that the picture's good because you can't tell. Looking at the little iPhone screen, 5 inches by whatever, 3, you can't tell if the picture's clear or not. Kind of sucks. Probably be better off with a tablet.
277 feet altitude. 4,102 feet distance. 18 miles per hour. 72% battery.
Yeah, when I was leaving here yesterday too, I saw about 15, 20 hood rats hanging out on the corner on the way in here, enjoying their buffet, eating in a cornfield. Pushing sunset. It's about 5 o'clock. Pretty good speed.
239 feet altitude. 4,646 feet distance. 21 miles per hour. 67% battery.
Shouldn't have any issues with completing the mission because I had the speed originally set for about 20 miles an hour, 21, and that was just too slow. It was hitting the headwind and not being very productive. When I ran it Friday, I had to abort because I knew it wasn't going to make it all the way through. Just brought it back, and yesterday there was 0 wind. It ran the whole mission and it came back at 55% battery. But like I said, I had to delete the video because it was so blurry, it wasn't worth it. It pissed me off.
239 feet altitude. 5,361 feet distance. 26 miles per hour. 62% battery.
It's gonna skim the railroad tracks here. Good speed, 25, 26. The wind's at the back. And it's going to continue, and it's going to hit the end of the orchard and come back. I was thinking too, back in the day, like I'm talking 2002, there was a video game that I played all the time. It was called Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon. And it was one of the newer Modern Warfighter, I think it might have been called. And there's scenarios where you get to use a drone. And this is back in 2002. And I'm like, what the hell is a drone?
Feet altitude, 4,395 feet distance,
And what it was
it's
exactly what we use today. It was something that was, it was an aircraft that was small, that could hover in the sky and was quiet and nobody knew it was there. And the way you deployed it in the video game was that you would, the whole idea, the concept of Ghost Recon Advanced Warfighter was that you were stealth, you were sneaky, you were a Ghost Recon. So you were more effective if you weren't caught. No one knew you were there, and you caused all kind of mayhem. So what you could do was get up in the air and go look at an enemy position and spot where the guards were, where the soldiers were, and then you could take them out with a sniper rifle. And at the time, I'm like, oh man, that is so cool. And I didn't think it was feasible until I thought about it. Like, holy shit, that guy was dead on.
4,522 feet distance.
Fucking genius.
26 miles per hour.
He totally nailed it. That was my first introduction to drones, like video game. Over, well, 2002. How long is that? 16 years ago. Tom Clancy figured it out. And he was right. Changed the game. So you'd fly over a building, and if you needed to get into the building, you could see where the guards were. So you could take the guards out one at a time with your sniper rifles. Then you can get in. Pretty cool. This part here, it's going to get a little choppy. This happened yesterday, or yeah, yesterday.
299 feet altitude, 4,191 feet distance, 25 miles per hour, 49% battery.
Still got connection, but my picture is choppy. That's a little better. It's going to skim over. It's supposed to be a 13-minute mission. And there's the apple orchard. It's approaching. I'm surprised the signal is bad right here. It's not that far away.
278 feet altitude, 3,480 feet distance, 8 miles per hour, 45% battery.
It's sitting in a headwind, but I got plenty of juice to get back, so I ain't worried about it. I wonder why I'm having such a bad reception right in that one spot. It's weird because everything is wide open and there's no hills. I got a better signal now. When I left my house,
239 feet altitude,
there was zero wind.
2,704 feet distance, 12 miles per hour, 39% battery.
So right now it's flying into about a 10-mile-an-hour headwind, which there was no wind when I left my house. It just picked up. A couple hours, it's supposed to get gusts of, they said 65 miles an hour. It's like, oh shit, you kidding? Damn. It's only about a half mile away right now. It's going to skirt the apple tree.
239 feet altitude, 1,714 feet distance, 23 miles per hour, 35% battery.
It's pretty much done. It's going to come back. You can see the difference in the wind. Yesterday at this time, I think I said it got back at like 55%. And this is down to 33 right now, so the wind does eat energy. It's the same battery too. It's a good battery, brand new. It's only got like 8 flights on it. 8 cycles. He's coming to pop it now. I don't see any hood wraps happening.
239 feet altitude, 802 feet distance, 15 miles per hour. 30% battery.
You can usually see them in this field here. They like to hang out by the end of the woods. I should be able to see it in a minute. I see it. It's not going too fast.
Mission ended.
I'm going to take over, fly across the street, and then do a auto return.
Warning, aircraft battery at 25%. 164 feet altitude. 768 feet distance. 24 miles per hour. 24% battery.
It's flying into the wind right now, so this thing is going to zippity doo-dah back home real fast. So, auto return.
Warning, aircraft battery at 21%.
Warning, shut the fuck up. Yeah, that's fucking cruising.
Warning, aircraft battery at 19%. 244 feet altitude. 384 feet distance. 22 miles
There
per
it
hour.
is.
18% battery.
Well, we finished the mission, which is nice. In the wind. A little bit of a bonus. Right now I'm freezing. We'll let it land.
Warning, aircraft battery at 16%.
It's not coming down at a good spot. It almost
6
wanted
feet
to land in a
altitude.
tree.
Warning,
I stopped
aircraft battery at 14%.
All right, you
4
can
feet
land now.
distance. 0 miles per hour. 13% battery.
Perfect landing. Oh, I love it when I get that low on the battery. Anyways, that was a good flight. My hands are freezing. So, enough said, D-dub out.